next guest, and he is Chris Sigley, and he is Chief Technology Officer with Whisper Internet. And Whisper, of course, has done some great things, putting in a number of towers, bringing internet to places that really have had a difficult time getting it. And without further ado, I welcome to the program Chris Sigley. Good morning.
Good morning. Thank you for having me, Diane.
So, Chief Technology Officer, you've been a busy guy.
Yes, 2021 was a busy year. We have put up a lot of towers, more towers than we ever have, and it's been exciting.
Now, a lot of the towers actually have taken place right here in the Franklin County area. And tell me about your Franklin County expansion specifically.
Yeah, Franklin County is one of our biggest counties. We won a lot of money from the CAP subsidy program in the reverse auction. I believe it was $11 million, and we're service 9,000 households in the area. The beauty with wireless is when we go and service 9,000 households, we actually service all the other areas as well. For 2021, an expansion into Franklin County, we did two major things. One, we talk often about putting up towers. We put up over 10 towers in the Franklin County service area to provide better service, but we also beefed up the infrastructure. It's often forgot that you can go get the access out there, but you also got to make sure you have bigger pipes to make sure you can handle all the traffic and everyone's bandwidth all the way out to the internet. And so we spent a lot of time in 2021 tackling that on both fronts.
So when you're talking about the internet and being able to get the access to it, a lot of different ways that people get internet. Anybody who's still on dial-up, I feel so bad for you. But other than that, you have a lot of people, maybe they're getting DSL, maybe they have a line, or they got a cable modem. Cable's another way it gets delivered. Some of it is satellite. And now what you have is different than any of those specifically, because obviously cables cost a lot to run, especially when you start getting into less densely populated rural areas, like a lot of the places that you are now serving. How does your internet signal get to the homes you serve as opposed to these other methods that I have mentioned?
Sure. So when we talk about copper, DSL, or cable, all physical medium placed in the ground out to each home, the advantage of fixed wireless technologies that we deploy is we are a lot faster to deploy. We can get on a tower, put up what's called access points, APs, and now we can service anywhere between 3 to 5 to 7 miles, depending on the technology and the equipment. And each AP can do about 90 degree sector. So we put 4 of those up. We can cover 360 degrees around the tower. And then all that is needed for the customer is we put a unit at their home that points to the tower, and then it uses wireless signal to send data over it.
That's pretty amazing. And now when you're talking about bandwidth and, upload speeds and download speeds, in particular with the download speeds, people stream a lot now. They want to watch video. They want to watch subscription service. Television is through the roof. It really is. Mm-hmm. And for a lot of these folks that have lived a little bit further out and couldn't access good internet, that's been a real problem. What are the different speeds that you offer? And at those speeds, what kind of things can you do?
Yeah, so we have packages from 25 meg up to 200 meg, potentially 400 in the future. And they also have good upload if you want to upload your data. Everyone's pushing stuff to the cloud now. So our upload speeds are anywhere between 5 meg and 25 meg. And you can do pretty much anything you really want. Most consumers can do with a 50 meg and 100 meg package. And then for the super users, we got that 200 just for you. One thing I would tell your listeners is if you're uncertain on what your needs are, we have an amazing sales staff that can talk through your normal internet habits and then price you right. So you're not paying for the most expensive package when all you want is email and a little bit of Netflix, but you're also not getting a 25 meg package and you got 5 streams going and you're a heavy data user, watching a lot of video 4K, and you need to be in the 50, 100 meg package.
Now, when you're talking about like a 200 meg package, a super user, give me an example of what kind of things would be going at the same time, what kind of data they would be using in order to really need a 200 meg package.
Yeah, in those types of scenarios, usually when you have a power user, someone that's doing a lot of high video, high 4K stuff, or they're also doing a lot of peer-to-peer file transfer, especially if you're working from home and you need to upload and download a lot of files and you have a heavy job that focuses on data transfer. That's when those higher packages ensure that you're not going to sit around and wait while you're trying to accomplish your work.
So the definition of video, I remember when we first bought, we finally ended up getting a flat screen TV. And prior to that, we had the old TV and our kids would be like, why don't you have high def? We're like, it doesn't make a difference. Well, then we ended up getting a high def TV and, it was like, yeah, it makes a huge difference to the point now where it's really hard to even watch something that's in a lower definition. Well, the standard for high def keeps going up. For one point, it was like a resolution of 1080. Now you've got a lot of things that are a resolution of 4K, which is triple that clarity. Is that making a difference at all in the speeds that people need?
Absolutely. Anytime that you increase resolution, or even what you've noticed with websites over time is the content has become a lot more video focused, right? There's a lot more content and high data usage on more websites. Back, way back, it was just a flat text file. It was most web pages. So as the consumers are able to get higher and higher speeds, you're seeing that the data needed to download websites and the content on these websites or video and the granularity and how crisp it's getting with 4K is all taking more and more data.
And now I guess, are a lot of them doing 4K already? I don't even know. As far as like you're watching the latest, greatest movie from Netflix, is that defaulting to 4K when you're watching it on a streaming service, or are they there yet?
The beauty with a lot of the streaming services is they tailor your quality to your speed of connection. So they'll test your connection for a while, and then they'll either upgrade you or downgrade you based off your speed so that you aren't sitting there. They're trying to make sure you don't buffer as much as you possibly can.
So basically then, if you're someone who likes to watch the higher def, the 4K stuff, does 100 megs generally do that?
Yes. Yeah,
okay.
You should be good with 100 meg while also being able to do other things, which is usually the problem is you can usually shut everything off on your house and get what you want on higher speeds, but then you can't do anything else. And that's what those higher packages allow you to do is have your family members also watching TV or doing their homework or internet.
Now, I'm speaking with Chris Sigley. He's the Chief Technology Officer of Whisper Internet. You've probably seen their sign on Elm Street in downtown Washington, back where YHTI, has been. And now, a lot of those same folks are involved in this. They actually have a local office, which is amazing. And I think what a lot of people want to know, Chris, is, okay, great. You've got the towers up. You've got people's homes wired. Everything's going great until it's not. How are you all at Whisper in terms of troubleshooting and tech support when something doesn't go right?
Yeah, one of the great things that Whisper does that really sets us apart is that local presence. And we have customer care reps in Washington that help resolve your issue. And then if there's a bigger issue that needs to happen, we have 3 tiers of support to escalate those issues up and drive resolution to try to provide the best customer service we possibly can for the area. And that's that local concept is we want customer care local to y'all. We don't want them in, halfway around the United States or outside the United States.
Absolutely. And that is all great stuff. Chris Sigley, Whisper Internet. Now you got a website for people to be able to do that. That might be people that are, located out in more remote areas that have always had a problem getting quality high-speed internet, which is a lot of what you're doing. There's also, of course, some programs out there, federal ones. I think, I don't know how much state, but certainly federal programs for people to be able to get internet that they can afford because it's now considered a utility as it should be. Where can people access that?
Yes, you can go to our website, WISPERISP.com, whisperisp.com, and on there, call into our sales department, especially if your children are getting school lunches paid for. There's a lot of government programs, and our sales staff can step you through to make sure that if you apply, that you're getting government help. There's a lot of money being handed out to help provide internet to rural communities.
Well, thank you so much, Chris Sigley, Chief Technology Officer, Whisper Internet. Thanks so much for joining us this morning.
Thank you for your time.
All right.